Welcome to the lecture series of AWS Cloud Architect. In previous video, we have seen how to implement VPC and subnet. There we have identified one problem, that if all the virtual machines are directly exposed to the internet gateway, they can directly connect from the internet. If there is any sensitive data is there, that should not be exposed to the internet directly. Frequently, the database servers will not be directly visible to the internet gateway because it contains a crucial data. Important data or sensitive data generally placed in the database servers. If the database server is directly exposed to the internet, so anybody can try to access the database and they can steal the data. So if all the servers are placed in the same virtual private network and all are exposed to the internet, so as they are directly connected to the internet gateway, from the outside network they can enter into the network and they can make the changes. So to avoid that, what is required is we have to create a private subnet. In the private subnet, we have to place the important servers like database server and application server. Generally, application server holds the business logic, database server holds the database. Web server contains the static files. Now, how we can protect this accessing of the data from the outside network directly? For this, we have a concept called NAT gateway. So what is this NAT gateway? What it will do? So the NAT gateway, what it will do is it will protect the traffic from the internet gateway. Okay. So consider this scenario. There are two servers are there. One is web server and one is database server. So instead of directly exposing this database server to the internet gateway, there is a tool called NAT gateway that we will implement in between this database server and internet gateway. If anybody want to access this database server directly, they cannot enter into this from the internet gateway. First they have to connect to this web server. From the web server, and they will connect to this NAT gateway, and here database server. I missed the connection here. From internet gateway, they have to go to this. They have to log into this web server. From there, they can connect to this database server. Okay, but if you want to change anything from this database, say for example, you want to add some patch or if you want to update a script in this database server, it requires the internet. So how? Directly from the database, it is directly not exposing to the internet gateway, so it cannot perform the updation. So what we can do, from this NAT gateway, okay, we will connect to this internet gateway. Okay, from this NAT gateway, we can connect to this internet gateway. Okay, means outgoing is allowed, but internet incoming is not allowed. Means database server can connect to the internet gateway, but other user, they cannot connect to this database server directly through the internet. That is what we are going to do. So if any request is coming, how it will come to the database server? First, it will come to the internet gateway and they have to log into this public web server, and from the web server, if the rule is there, then they will connect it to this database server. Okay, if anything want to update, directly they can go they can go from this internet gateway. That is by means of this NAT gateway, they can go with this. Okay, means if they want to log in, they have to come from this internet gateway, and from this they have to come like this. And if these two want to communicate each other, that is web server and database server, they are in the same VPC, so they can communicate each other directly. But if anybody want to access from the internet gateway to here, then from this subnet, they have to enter into this NAT gateway. From this NAT gateway, they can enter into this DB server. So here in this NAT gateway, we will fix the traffic rule. So in the what kind of traffic rules that we will fix here. So whichever the package that is coming from this subnet, that is 10.1, only those packets can be accepted from here. Means those whoever log in this web server, they can only log in through this DB server by means of this NAT gateway. So here we will write the traffic rules. By means of the traffic rules, the traffic will be filtered. Okay, whether the request should be allowed to this DB server or not. Now let us see. Here two things are there. One is public subnet and one is private subnet. So in the public subnet is nothing but a subnet which is directly exposed to the internet gateway is called as public subnet. Private subnet is nothing but which is connected to the NAT gateway, that is called as private subnet. While creating this NAT gateway, we have to select this public subnet. Okay, now let us see. Now assume this scenario. So what we will do is we will create a VPC and we will name it as IBM VPC. Okay, and we will assign this IP address 10.1.0.0. Okay, and after that edit this DNS hostname. Sorry for spelling mistake. DNS hostname. Then create a main subnet. Name it as IBM main subnet and assign this IP address and attach to this VPC. Then create internet gateway and attach to the VPC. Then create IBM root table. Then edit the rule and attach the main subnet. So here we have to create a root table. In the root table, we have to attach this main subnet as well as we have to edit the rules. Next, create a NAT subnet, that is new subnet we have to create in the same VPC. Okay. Next, create this NAT subnet, give this IP address and attach it to the VPC. Next, create NAT gateway and select it to main subnet, that is public subnet. Create a routing table, that is IBM NAT root table. You have to create a separate root table for this and add NAT subnet to it. This subnet we have to add to a new routing table, that is IBM NAT. Then create a route towards NAT gateway. We have to define the route towards this DB server to this NAT gateway, so that all traffic sent by DB server will go to NAT gateway. Deploy one web server in public subnet here. Next, again deploy the web server in this private subnet in this. Try to connect it to DB server using public IP of DB server. So means we will log into this. From this, we will try to log into this DB server, and it should fail. Okay, because directly we cannot access the DB server. Okay, try to connect it to the DB server using public IP of DB server, and it should fail because directly you cannot. First, you have to log into this web server. From this, you can connect it to this DB server. Okay, next, log into web server. From there, connected to the DB server. Okay, that is what I told. Then ping www.google.com, it should work. So once you are in DB server and if you ping, that should come. It means I want to prove that data is going out from this way. That is, internet gateway is connecting data is directly after login to this DB server. From this, you can send the data outside, but nobody can enter the data. If anybody want to enter, first you have to log in into this. If you want to send the data directly, you can send it in this way. Okay, that is what. So first log in into this web server. From this web server, connect it to the DB server. Once you connect to the DB server, ping this so that you should get the response. Okay, this is what about the brief idea about the NAT gateway. Now let us see how we can implement this. Okay, first, okay, this implementation I will discuss in the next video. Welcome to the lecture series of AWS Cloud Architect. In previous video, we have seen how to implement VPC and subnet. There we have identified one problem, that if all the virtual machines are directly exposed to the internet gateway,